Now, let's talk Teardown. Of course, Teardown is such a good game. It's been one of those cultural phenomena that hasn't really been appreciated, at least in my recent playthroughs of games. Partly owing to the fact that I don't really play video games, which will become painfully obvious to you very soon. Now, what we do want to recommend here is sleep. Because while this game is about leveling this poor Swedish prefecture, it has a lot of social underpinnings that I want to explore at great nauseum, just to make it about as painful as possible for anyone trying to backseat. And sorry about the audio cutting out there. I just have to make sure we've got one last little detail taken care of. Yeah, we want to go ahead and just pop that. Might as well just tiny. Oop. I could pop out the official chat box, but the fun in that, you know? Maybe we'll get a tab up in here that will out me as being something a lech. Of course, I have no idea how I'd even read it, but that's okay. Like I said, folks, I'm very new at this. Very new, in fact. Let's see here. Can I get there? There's my YouTube live control panel. This is what we want. Oh, it doesn't. It wants me to sign in again. No. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing the whole sign in arama thing. That was a lot. It was a lot. Let's go back over here. Let's maybe minimize OBS. Yeah, I really do want to get the chat box up here, though. I feel like that's important for people who want to chat. Well, since no one's in here quite yet, I'm just going to get that straightened out right quick. Because we're in no rush. We're in no rush here. We're going to just get that YouTube live control panel. It's going to ask me to log in again, and you know what? That's okay. It's called quadruple. Quadruple authorization. Hardly. Doop 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 doop. Let's just see if it still likes us. Oh, wow. Oh, it knows. It really does know. Does it know? Will it believe me this time? It sure wants to. Yeah, this one. Excellent. Okay. Yes, it is me. Oh, you don't do that over there. Impressive. Well, got me my control panel. Where's my chat? I have our chat. No, I probably hid it from myself, and that's okay. Because like I said, This is just excruciating trying to find all these little doodads. This is not my forte. But I bet I hid the chat somewhere. And we're gonna find it. We have a concurrent viewer. Well, friend, if that is a friend that I think it is, I do apologize about this missing streaming window. I'm currently trying to get that dialed in here just so everyone can have a place to chat. Oh, how frustrating. The glorious thing about this type of work is that we really do get to see how embarrassing my game strategies are. So I promise it's going to be completely embarrassing. Not for you, though, but for me. And that makes me really... Now, we just had that little chat button pop out here. Let's restore chat. Hey, blue man. There we go. We've got a... Looks like a monkey. What's that? Now, last time I tried to pop out the chat, it got a little finicky when I wanted to bring it on over here. That's okay too. This, I know why it doesn't want it. Pardon me as I'm just getting everything situated here. It's a long, slow road. And you're trying to learn tech at the tender old age of, well, who knows anymore? I don't. All right. We pop it out. Can we bring it over here? Can we come down here? Oh. Huh. Oh, there it is. And it's gone. You know, I appreciate my chatter here. 10 minutes and we've almost got our chat figured out. And what we might do is just go ahead, go back over here to OBS and just make sure we can't just get, I mean, surely we can just add. It can be an asset, right? We can just have it as a little thing, right? As a little bit of a window capture. Window capture. There we go. Okay. Here. At long last. I'll just pick that red over y'all. And we're off. At least I think we are. Huh. Hello. Well, it's funny because normally when you have everything dialed on OBS, looks okay. I think it looks all right. All right. So today we're going to be doing the ultra chill, passive aggressive, waving our hands at the sky playthrough of this glorious game from Sweden. Now you'll see me being terrible at this game, and that's alright, because we're not trying to be too good at just about anything in this community we have here. In fact, we're just trying to learn a little bit about Swedish law. Now, before I get into it, I'm going to go over here to the options, and I'm going to... as much as I love this music, I just have to bring it down a bit. I have to bring the sound effects down just a little bit, because there's going to be explosions. And I want you guys to get your sleep. Alright. Yeah, it looks good. Let's. So I guess the goal here is, how do you beat a game where the winning state is about destroying things without being a violent person? This is something I ask myself a lot. And a lot of the great leaders that we think about who've instituted so much social change in our lifetimes even preached nonviolence, but there was so much violence about them. Maybe it's the cynic in me. Maybe it's the cynic in me. But then again, maybe it's just human nature. So I'm going to try to avoid embracing my human nature here. And instead, I'm going to try to be as peaceful and as loving to our neighbors here in what is Sweden. And by the way, in this playthrough, in my headcanon, this is Sweden. It's a Swedish developer. Soundtrack is by someone from Sweden. The home of our little town here is Lyckel, Swedish. Which is why the premise of the game is so confusing. Alright. Let's go. I see right out of the gate. Got a sledgehammer. I feel like there was more steps to getting the sledgehammer. Anyway. I guess the power's on, so I can go check my messages. Okay, you caught me. I have played this game a little bit. I'm not very good, so I have to come in and kind of get a little bit oriented. Alright. This is not like college exam. I wouldn't cheat on those. I got straight A's. Alright, let's gonna operate this computer. I have to say though, this keyboard, very pretty. There's 12 keys? Our computers have more keys than that. Alright, I'm gonna operate this computer here and just see what happens. Alright. Tracy says,
Gas bill just dropped on the floor. Honestly, I'm not sure where we can make it through the mess. Are you getting any requests? At this point, we pretty much have to accept anything. Be creative. Thanks, Mom.
wow, it sounds like she's really passing the buck here, doesn't it? Just dropped on the floor. Mom, these things come at a regular interval. They don't come out of nowhere. You know when a gas bill shows up. And if you're not sure you can make it through the month, maybe you should be the one out doing the heavy lifting. Immediately goes to, if I'm getting requests, am I the head of sales? I'm not the head of sales. He's the head of sales. But again, Swedish game, so there's probably a collectivist mindset within this family. I'll look past it. She says, be creative. And I'm going to be creative. Because I know the subtext here is that she really wants us to be destructive. And we don't want that either. Oh, I hope the sound effects are loud enough. I think I might have turned them down a wee bit too much. Yeah, looks... I'm gonna have to, real quick, just go over here to the options. We don't want to kill all that music. Have a little bit come back then. Alright. Back to the computer. Oh! All right. Old building problem. An old building problem.
This just came in. Sounds kinda fishy, but we need the money. You up for it?
Forwarded message from Gordon Wu. Subject: Old building problem. Good evening. My name is Gordon Wu, General Manager at the Evertides Mall. I have a slight problem with an old building that's blocking our plans for new wing, and I need someone to knock it over. Can you believe this? Okay. I need it gone by tomorrow, and I'd even be willing to pay more than the standard rate for some extra discretion, quick execution, and uncomfortable working hours. Would you be able to take care of it? Oh, well, that brings us to this nightmare socialist apocalypse known as the Lukele municipality. And you'd think for a collectivist society they'd have a little bit more patience and understanding when it came to how they interface with their neighbors. Something we'll have to really get into here. And we're going to talk about some Swedish law because, frankly, I don't see how I'm going to be able to beat this game without breaking at least a number of laws that I, frankly, don't feel comfortable doing even in a digital format. Does that make me weird? Yeah. That's fine. All fine here. I hope you get cozy. I hope you've got a nice eye mask if the screen's too bright. And if the screen is locked, that's okay, because I'll tell you what we're about to encounter here. Once again, just a little review. An upscale shopping center by the waterfront managed by Gordon Wu. It's also in the air... Wait, excuse me. I'm not narrating quite well. One sec. The Evertides Mall, an upscale shopping center by the waterfront managed by Gordon Wu. Also in the area is Lukele Municipality Folk Museum. I'm already sensing a plot. An old building is blocking Gordon's plans for a new wing at the mall. Help him demolish it. That's disgusting. Alright. What can that do? Put fires? I guess we can use that a lot. Alright. Well, here we go. And again, if you're just joining us and I'm not locked into chat and can't really pay attention to too many things at once, I do want to say I appreciate you being here. You are worth it. You're a lovely person, and I hope you get a great night's rest. Year 2025 be full of resplendent gifts, self-forgiveness, actualization, and healing. Sort of the antithetical wish that opposed to this here mission from Mom. Alright, let's go. Already noticed the problem. I'd say off rip. Okay, so this is the Municipality Folk Museum. This asshole landlord is having a problem with the view. Wait, okay, no, it was a wing. So he wants to develop a wing into this domicile, which is 5.2 meters too tall. Well, we need someone... I need a backseat driver here, because you know what we need? We need to actually quantify how much 5.2 meters is in voxels. Because the best thing I can do right now would be to take a little off the top. I think that would be the most uncriminal way. But before we do that, we're going to just take a little walk around here. Let's get a lay of the land. So here in Sweden, rainfall is apparently invisible. Well, that's alright. You know, the state of Oregon often gets half the amount of rain California does, but it quote-unquote rains every day. Silly, right? You'd think, how does that make any sense? Well, smaller raindrops over time. Anyway, so we're going to talk about Sweden here. We're going to talk about Sweden and why Sweden has its own social problems. Because I've been ordered by a sketchy business partner, who happens to be my mother in this game, to commit a series of highly violent and destructive property crimes. Now, this very first tutorial mission has me destroying this house like we discussed. Wants me to do it with explosives. And, you know, that really does just add so many charges. Even having discussed this with Tracy, that's already conspiracy. Now, here in the land of the free, you add a conspiracy felony charge. That can actually increase your mandatory sentence very easily, just for having made a plan with someone else. So we're already gotten for conspiracy. And now I'm being instructed to use explosive incendiary devices to destroy a house under cover of darkness by tomorrow because Gordon Wu wants to have a bigger mall. It's disgraceful. Now, I know this landscape isn't much to look at, but when you consider this classic, I'd say mid-19th century Swedish architecture here, this little bundle of joy, you'd really enjoy having a place like this, you know? A little, yeah, it's call it a little 2-bedroom. Yeah. I bet you it's got a cellar down there. You can do jarring and pickles. And then when the rain, or rather, when the snow comes, you can just sit back and relax and have that smoked cod you've been saving. I bet. We'll maybe try the door, but first let's get into some legal code and some background. I think the background's important. We all want to learn while we're... So the Swedish Criminal Code is a very interesting document compared to, at least here in the States, where we have, obviously, our states. We have our federal laws. We have the laws that we break accidentally moving between states. Did you know that in water law, because water moves, the law will change depending on where the water is? Now, I want you to hold on to that little nugget of information about water law here in the United States, and I'm going to read you the Swedish Criminal Code. Preface. The Swedish Criminal Code, also known as Brottsbalken, was adopted in 1962, entered into force on January 1st, 1965. Incredible, 1965. It contains provisions on many of the acts that are criminal offenses in Sweden. Provisions on other offenses are found in specific acts and laws. The Criminal Code also contains general provisions on all offenses, criminal sanctions, and the applicability of Swedish law. This is how well this culture knows themselves. The most recent translation of the Criminal Code into English was published in D's 1999.36. The present translation was originally completed in December 2019 by Amy Oliver. Amy Oliver, big respect for your translation job. That's great work. Sincerely, I hope you see this. In cooperation with Judge of Appeal Mary Ann Ruse and Ministry of Justice Senior Advisor Tyler Bexar. As of 2022, as of 2020, Amendments to the criminal code will be translated and published electronically before the entry into force and as soon as possible after the publication of the amended Swedish legislation. So they too like to fix their laws after they've broken them. That's okay. Here at this channel, we give people second chances. We appreciate loyalty to the letter of the law, but also loyalty to the idea that laws should be flexible and they should change and evolve, just like they're just stardust beings. We're constantly changing. Obviously, the laws that govern us should be flexible. And I am not a strict constitutionalist either. I'm actually crown loyal. That's an argument for today, for any red-blooded patriots in here. The government offices publish this translation of the criminal code as a service to interested parties, but takes no legal responsibility for the translation or for any consequences arising from its use. Translations of Swedish legislations have no legal effect. Interesting. All right, now this is some sovereign citizen kind of. But I imagine you went to Sweden armed with their code of conduct, their laws, all written down, but it was translated to English. It actually says you have no legal responsibility if you've learned the law from translations of the Swedish text. By Jove, I feel like I've just found an infinite scamming, which is probably what the subtitle of this game should be. Tracy trying to blow up this cottage. Let's carry on. Part 1. General provisions. On offenses and criminal sanctions. Alright, this is getting real close to where we're going to be pretty soon, folks. Section 1. An offense is an act described in this code or in another act of law or statute for which a penalty stated below is provided. Huh. So they're basically saying the consequences will be the same. Section 2. Unless otherwise specifically provided, an act is only considered an offense when committed intentionally. Yowza! I didn't mean to ask for all the money at the nice bank. The lady gave it to me. What's a guy to do? If the act was committed in a state of self-induced intoxication, or if the perpetrator was temporarily not in possession of their senses in some other way through their own fault, this does not result in the act not being considered an offense. Okay, that's good. So you can't be like, bruh, I was drunk and I beat my family to death. And, skate on that. Good. Because back in the day here in the States, you used to get pulled over. Oh, I know, officer. I'm drunk. That's why I've been weaving all over the road. That's a class act. Hate drunk drivers. Don't do that, folks. We need you to be here for a long time so you can get all that sleep I've been talking about. Section 3. In this code, criminal sanctions means the penalties of fines and imprisonment, as well as conditional sentences, probation, and special care orders. Act 1988-942. I'm feeling pretty good about Sweden so far, guys. You seem pretty fair. The use of penalties is... Oh, I just read that part. Silly me, I'm already tired, but that's alright. We're allowed to be tired here. Section 5. Imprisonment is considered a more severe penalty than a fine. Well, you don't say. That's a really, it's not necessarily the hottest take, but I would agree. Chapter 30, Section 1 contains a provision on imprisonment in relation to conditional sentences and probation. Section 6, no sanction may be imposed for an offense that a person committed before attaining 15 years of age. They're minors. 15. So they get to do literally whatever they want before they're 15. But after 15, it's big trouble. You know, I can't blame them. We all get in trouble when we're 15. It's part of being 15. Section 7. Section 7's great, because all it says is, repealed by Act 1988-942. But they still kept the section. Section 8. In addition to a sanction, an offense may, according to what is... Ooh, wow, that's all Swedish. To what is prescribed, result in the confiscation of property. Oh, we found it. Found it. Let's just start over. In addition to a sanction, an offense may, according to what is prescribed, result in the confiscation of property, a corporate fine, or some other special legal consequence, as well as an obligation to pay damages. All right. Now, so what they're basically getting at here is the order of operations in terms of severity when it comes to crime. We have our degrees. Granted, I feel like their law code doesn't even include things that we have, because our psychopaths are so much more imaginative. In Sweden, it's like, hey, you put the fondue on the guy's head. They passed the no cheese bill. Here in the States, you can still legally fuck your cousin. I mean, not that I would know. Alright, well, let's get to the project at hand. Now, the law, Section 8 did say that there is a clause for repossession of property, but I still didn't see anything that quite resembled going and just decapitating a guy's house. I feel like in the effort to take at least our sweet time to get up there, we're going to try one of these big power tools over there. We're going to try to get either a backhoe or a crane maybe, and then just try to delicately just give it the smallest haircut and do it really quietly, because we don't want to break any noise ordinances either. I feel like they don't have noise ordinances because, again, in Sweden, it's such a collectivist society, they don't need to spell it out that you should be respectful to people. It's something I admire about our brothers and sisters in the Nordic countries. Just the idea that you can leave your bike out and your place unlocked, and only very seldom will someone come and just smash your house to pieces with the sledgehammer. Alright. Well, I'm gonna just take one moment over here to just sort of take this in, get a game plan. I think the backhoe, it might be right over here somewhere. It's over there. We'll just take a quick little walk. We're not going to play with these propane tanks, because that would just be kind of cruel. And on that note, I am also going to do one quick no, nothing quick. We're not doing anything. Everything's slow. Stove, huh? I don't see any chatters, but we don't have anyone in the back seat to help us get this done, but that's okay. We're just gonna try to do it very quietly so all the good monkeys can sleep. Alright. Okay. Do we have a backhoe? Bulldozer. I'm gonna say the backhoe is going to be probably the safest bet because it has more of a vertical reach. I'm basing this on science. Now, maybe one of you watching this in YouTube land has operated one of these before and you can give me some tips, but it's the same basics of forklift safety and other industrial hazards. The big problem here is that there's actually no safety crew. In addition to no safety crew, you can see that the construction site has not been cordoned off. It's a huge liability. Now, again, hate to keep saying it, but Sweden is a collectivist society, so maybe they don't even need to cordon it off. Maybe if someone fell face first into an asphalt pit and then just died there, maybe Bjorn doesn't take the construction company to the dry cleaners. And maybe that's just how it is. To any Swedish fans that I don't have anymore, I do apologize. I'm not trying to make generalizations on your country. I'm trying to make generalizations on mine. You don't see me reading the Constitution. I'm reading the Swedish Code. It's far more to the point. Those old guys with the wigs, they just really were too loquacious. Alright, 5.2 meters too tall. Oh, I don't want to go over the grass. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, speaking of being respectful to people's property, curate a nice lawn like that. Alright. You know, I don't want to hit that tree. These could be some old growth ash trees. And I say ash for a reason. Let's talk about ash trees. I'm going to just hop out of this backhoe. We're going to get it set up, but I want to talk about ash trees for a second. Okay. Ash trees are incredible. No, truly, ash trees are incredible. And if you went back 33 generations in my family, all the way back, find that one of my forefathers, Rollo, Viking conqueror, French Duke of Normandy. You're probably saying to yourself, David, what on earth does that have anything to do with ash trees? Well, it has everything to do with ash trees. Because ash trees have a remarkable internal strength to them, which allows them to be cured and bent, and cured and bent, and cured and bent. And if it wasn't for the Northmen having access to just unlimited ash trees, those longboats would have been made out of a far inferior wood. And they might not have made those raids. What if Rollo didn't have access to ash trees? Would he have pillaged the French so hard that they said, here, literally, keys to the kingdom. Why don't you just stay a while and be French? Can you imagine that? You've committed so much violence on a country that they just say, here's your land and title. Just stop. And the funny thing is that Rollo did. I may never forgive him for being a turncoat and then fighting against the Northmen. But if you ever get the chance, I do recommend tuning into History Channel's completely fictitious yet awe-inspiring and wonderful show, Vikings. It has absolutely no historical relevance to anything, and that's okay. You do get to see some segments about the long ships being built and longboats being built, and it is very, very cool. And I say that because Rollo, who later became the 5th Duke of Normandy, who is my 33rd generation above me, or however you say that, Gramps times 33. Let's see, how would I do that? Rollo is my great, 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 great grandfather. Yeah. Yeah, just imagine if the United States military had the luck that Rollo did with like Afghanistan 2 and Iraq 2. You know, the brass shows up. We got boots on the ground, shock and awe, and they just say, "Hey, come here. See that city? You can have it. You can just have it. But you have to stay. And you have to promise never to leave and never come back with an army and do this all over again." Yeah, that wouldn't work on us. I know this is a pacifist playthrough. My politics aren't actually bleeding through here. This is just a nice, slow way to get started and get comfortable in this game. Really, making the cultural adjustment is the hardest part of travel. And I feel like ever since being donned into this Voxel world, where I've been ordained by a mother I've never met to destroy people's homes, that is a massive cultural shock. It's not really anything that I'd be too proud of. Obviously, they wanted this done in a timely manner. But what Gordon Wu doesn't understand is that he's not going to get it in a timely manner. He might not even get it tonight. In fact, I might just do a nominal amount of work and then just go away for a little bit and then come back on later, since this chat is too rowdy. By the way, if you're just joining us, welcome. I'm David Anderson Kirk. This is a chill stream of Teardown to help you sleep as you learn some trivia. And if you are just joining us, I do thank you. We do appreciate you being here. If you do feel like flexing a finger and going down to that like button, hitting that subscribe button, gently smashing that bell for all future notifications, well, I wouldn't stop you. But on the other hand, I'm not here to stop anyone. I'm not here to stop anyone but myself. And I do see a chatter. I do see you. I'm going to have to get my glasses to be able to read that. But it looks like you're saying something that I want to read, so 1 second. Oh, wow. You know what I can do? I can be sneaky and go onto my YouTube app, and then I could probably see who's talking. It's just the chat window's so small, it's not appearing where I want it to, and I don't feel terribly rushed to go fix it just now. Also, if you were just joining us, we were talking about the merits of ash trees in maritime travel and why the Northmen had such a great success getting to where they wanted to go. As I am a direct descendant of Rollo, the 5th Duke of Normandy, there are a lot of interesting facts about Viking culture that's still very, very palpable in the culture around us today. But here in this game, this is a Swedish-developed game, we're already seeing the like chronic postmodern almost capitalistic bent that this country is sort of going towards. They're becoming a little bit more isolationist, and as we know, again, if you're just joining, we've been tasked with destroying this person's house up here because it's 5.2 meters too tall. Now, isn't that just a little bit messed up? I feel like destroying somebody's house because you don't like that their roof is 5.2 meters tall, a little bit of an overkill. So again, in this pacifist playthrough, we're going to learn a lot about how a Swedish person might actually tackle something like this. I feel like they wouldn't, because they would recognize that this little building is part of the Volksmuseum. This is actually a relic. This might even have old Northman goods inside it. I'm not going to check because I don't want to be brokenhearted. But what we're going to do here is we're just going to hop back in this old backhoe, and we're going to just try to take a little off the top. Oh, wait, the tree. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Did you see that? Whew, that was close. I can't be going around destroying people's trees. That's not really, I guess we're going to take the not that long route. Excuse me. We're going to just try to keep our vehicle from destroying this person's lawn. That feels like that would be really unjust. I see a little path here. This looks like this would be the intended path. Except this fellow kind of parked it in, so I'm just going to try to weave because I really don't want to mess up that lovely grass. Oh, okay, I can't mess up this. Oh, would you look at that? That's some pro gamer stuff right there. Alright, here we go. Oh no. Oh, this feels so bad. I mean, granted, their front yard was kind of a rutted and muddy nightmare beforehand, but jeez. Alright. I don't feel good about this, guys. This does not feel good. Should I do it? Oh, I just got a text message. I wonder who that could be. Well, all's right with the world. So I'm giving myself another few minutes here before I go take a little break to nourish myself and read a book. I'm going to mosey on down to a local tavern where my artist friend DJ Mancub is going to be playing some hip-hop. Say hi to him. He's a good dude. If you ever met him, you would know how good of a dude he is. It's one of the main reasons I became a DJ myself. I don't drink, and I don't really like bars, but I do like Mancub, and I do like his selection, so that'll be next for me. When I come back, we've got any more slumbering folks in here who want to tune in and learn a thing or two about the Swedish legal code, I'll be here. Okay, I guess it's showtime, guys. I guess here we go. This is antithetical to everything I stand for. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ooh. Okay. This is so sad. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, not the flowers. I just punched a hole in the bottom of their house. This is supposed to be smooth. Oh. Oh, what? Well, that's just peachy keen. I can't do anything with this now. Oh, man. I broke the backhoe. I broke in their door. Oh my god. Hello? Is anyone in here? Oh my god, they didn't say people lived here. Oh, this is so sad. Oh, wait, we could probably try to... No, 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 stay here. This is just not just. I know that the legal system is lenient, but I don't want to be on the hook for this, and I feel like since my mom sent me out here, it would be her conspiracy to commit this type of travesty. I guess bulldozer's not gonna do it. Do I have to? Okay, we need to do a little research here about, well, we don't want to get locked up for arson, do we? Oh, there's only one way to find out, I guess. Oh, this does not feel good, guys. Oh, man. Can we even walk out of here? Can we do that? Okay. 5.2 meters too tall. Maybe if I just get the... Just there. Let's go. Didn't do anything. It didn't do a thing. Highly explode. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh my god. Folks, I didn't realize you could die in a game like this. But you know what? That's a perfect point for me to stop because I need to go get a grilled cheese. Get that rack of lamb in the oven. I'll be on in a little bit. And then we can pretend that we didn't see what just happened there, you know? Love you all so much. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. And if you do happen to be still kicking about and awake later on, I'll be on here for you too. My name's been David Anderson Kirk. It's been such a pleasure having you here, and I do hope to see you again soon.